Good morning, good afternoon, good night, everybody. It's JoJo. We're back in Orlando, Florida, and I have to say a huge thank you to everyone who tuned in to my Disneyland trip recently with Caroline, Jeet, and Krista. It was such a good time, except for the fact that we got really stressed out doing all the rides in Disneyland.
Oh my gosh. Me and Caroline are vloggers now.
We're vloggers. We're giving the VIP tour from the girls' perspective.
Yeah, the girly pops. Whoa. You were not invited.
You're not invited.
We're the vloggers now.
Oh my gosh. This is our video.
Good morning. We are on a VIP tour. Hold on. Look at this.
Just got started.
It just got started. We have our pens, our penny pops.
They give us chapstick, they give us hand sanitizer, sunscreen.
If you haven't watched that video already, I definitely recommend that you guys check that out first. It's a little bit of a long one, but it's really fun. I was so focused on completing the objective of all rides, I never really actually got the chance to tell you guys what my thoughts were about it and if you guys should do it for yourself. Because at the end of the day, a VIP tour, no matter where you go, is expensive, and it's an add-on that some people can't afford. Technically, I couldn't even afford it if I didn't split the costs with Jeets.
Man, we're getting started. There's no turning back now.
Don't get sick this time. Let's start with the advantages of having a VIP tour guide at Disneyland. One, you get to skip the lines, of course. One of the primary perks of a VIP tour guide is the ability to bypass long lines for the attractions, which maximizes your time in the park, aka you're getting more for your money. This comes as no surprise. This is the main perk of getting a VIP tour guide in Disneyland, but one thing I didn't realize was what kind of access you get when it comes to skipping the lines, which we'll talk about a little bit later in the video. Number two, you get a personalized itinerary. Your VIP tour guide can tailor your itinerary to match your preferences, ensuring you visit the attraction and shows that you align with your interest the most. This was something that I really enjoyed but didn't realize was part of the whole package. When I first called the VIP tour people to start planning all of this, they asked me a ton of questions when it came to when I'm coming in, what hotels am I staying at, do I want to eat at certain restaurants, do I want VIP seating for the parade or some of the nighttime shows. They were asking me questions which I normally don't think about, which was really cool. So by the time I actually arrived to the Disneyland resort, they actually not only greeted me and sat me down and gave me a personal welcome, but it's a VIP experience for your whole stay of the vacation. I was doing Oogie Boogie, which is the Halloween event which you can buy tickets for. They literally put that in my itinerary, so the whole time I was there, I was accounted for. Someone at the VIP services was actually texting me personally when my rooms were ready, and I switched twice, so that was just really cool. I felt taken care of, and it was a nice little perk on top of just doing the actual VIP tour. Fun fact for all of my Oogie Boogie lovers out there, I know some of you weren't able to go this year because the tickets sold out. VIP Services actually offers this VIP tour for the event. I think the party size is a max of 10. Don't get me wrong, it costs a lot of money, but you don't need to get a ticket or anything. VIP Services will purchase the ticket for you, even on sold out dates, which is kind of nuts. I never knew that. We've done one ride so far.
That's right.
And I mean, the cool thing I really liked about that with the VIP tour is that we went through Fast Pass, but we also skipped like the little standard line, like they prioritized us. Did you notice that? And we got the seat that we wanted.
That's true.
Yeah.
This is great, man. I mean, I really can't complain at all.
Yeah, so we have one ride right now. It's like 9:30. If you want to see all the rides, go check out the main vlog. But yeah, California Adventure. Our tour guide's insider knowledge of the park provided unique insights and stories about Disneyland, which enhanced our overall experience and understanding of the magic behind the scenes. As a cast member who worked in Walt Disney World, I know a lot of behind the scenes magic, but in Disneyland, I know next to nothing. So it was really cool to learn some fun facts or learn some new hidden Mickeys around the park. Caroline and Krista asked our tour guide specifically, her name was Jody, she was amazing by the way, to tell us as many Easter eggs and fun facts as she knew as we were moving and grooving, because it was a very busy day, but we learned a lot of cool stuff.
Entering in this way, we're going into the Grizzly Peak area, and right here we have a little grizzly head.
Oh!
There are a couple little animals. I think there's a marlin fish down somewhere. We also have a bird.
Oh wow, the cracks. Oh yeah, you get fun facts on the tour.
Wow.
They specifically asked for fun facts.
They asked for the fun facts, so
we're gonna get some today.
Here's our
Don't get me wrong, there are a bunch of other little benefits that are just kind of sprinkled in throughout the day. I mean, at some point we went on a ride and Jody was waiting outside with a water and a yum yum cookie. So little things. I mean, even for me as a vlogger, when I couldn't bring my camera onto certain rides or when I didn't want to bring my camera on certain rides, she was willing to hold my stuff while we went on there. The main big perk about a VIP tour is you get to experience Disney in a more comfortable fashion. Some of the things that normally stress you out, like waiting in lines or planning your day on the day of, are all taken care of because of the professionals. Disneyland tour guides. That's what they're meant to do. They're meant to be your VIP experience. That wasn't the case for us just because I forced all of my friends to do an all rides video, which was very stressful, but regardless, the perks are awesome.
Dang. We did it!
Alright, cool. Alright,
There's so many cameras outside.
a lot of cameras. Whoa, 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 whoa.
It's the Matrix.
Speaking about all rides, that's actually the reason why I got the VIP tour. I wasn't trying to go on a VIP tour just to experience it. I knew with the expedited access into certain attractions, it was gonna really help me achieve my goal of doing all the rides in one day. But that might not be the case for everyone, so it's important to ask, is a VIP tour guide worth it for you? When you're planning your own trip to Disneyland, consider the attractions you absolutely want to experience and try to calculate the time saved by skipping the lines. Evaluate if the time saving justifies the cost for you. And part of that means, how big is your group? It's really easy to navigate Disneyland if you're, a party of 4, like my group was. But if you have a big family, up to 10 people, the VIP tour might be worth it for you. If you're staying in Disneyland for like a long period of time, I'm talking 3, 4, 5 park days, you don't necessarily need a VIP tour, because even if you can't go on one thing one day, you have time to do everything throughout the week. But if you have limited time within the parks, like you're only going for 1 or 2 days, it could really help having a VIP tour to get a lot of things done. Now let's focus on the big elephant in the room, the cost. In my All Rides video, I mentioned that it was about $4,000 for this VIP tour. Unfortunately, I was wrong. I was really rushing making that video. I realized it was a little bit over $5,000. And I know that is a ton of money for a lot of people, including me. So let's break down the cost. Keep in mind that the price is different depending if you go on a weekday or a weekend, and the Disney VIP services will definitely break down everything to you before you even get close to actually putting down the deposit. With that being said, the charges for my Disneyland Resort VIP tour was $700 per hour for a maximum of 10 guests per VIP tour guide. So in a way, you could get 10 people and just say, hey, let's all split it 10 ways, which might make the cost a little bit less. But then again, you have 10 people in that tour group, which for some people, not a big deal, but for some people, that might be a little too much. And on top of that, the 7-hour minimum, you can increase the time. So you can add another hour. Every hour is another $700. The maximum amount of time you can spend with a VIP tour guide is 10. So you can basically do an extra 3 hours. Now, mind you, we didn't go over 7 hours. So we stayed to that. And we were very tempted at points to add another hour just because our tour guide, Jody, was so awesome. But $700 an hour, it's a lot. Now you might be wondering, Jojo, that's not $5,000 yet, but one thing you gotta keep in mind is tickets come separately, which you do need to purchase on your own. When I bought my tickets, I had to buy a park hopper because you're going to both parks, which makes sense. So that makes that ticket a little more expensive. What was cool though is that my cast member friend Caroline was able to get herself and Gita in for free because she has guest passes. So if you're a cast member, keep that in mind. It might save some money. I probably should have mentioned this earlier, but you actually pick when you want your VIP tour to begin. So you can say 1 p.m., 8 a.m., doesn't really matter. It just has to equate to at least 7 hours. With that being said though, if you are late to your VIP tour, after an hour, they will begin to charge you for your time. So say you say 1 p.m. and it's after 2 p.m., that starts ticking, and then you start getting billed for that. A cool little thing that they did for me, which I appreciated again, was when I was ready to buy my ticket for the day that we planned for the VIP tour, there was actually no reservations left available, so I couldn't buy a ticket for Krista and I. However, once I contacted the office, they were able to make a reservation and buy my ticket for me. So when I got to the hotel, my ticket was there, and they actually linked my ticket to my account. So again, it was a very seamless and easy experience, which I would hope if you're spending that much money. By the way, gratuities are not included in the VIP tour price, so that's kind of just up to you and your party, and that reflects the quality of the tour. Obviously, we tipped Jody, she was dope. Basic math, 7 hours, $700, that equals $4,800. At about $300 plus for the tickets, 2 park hoppers, it was over $5,000. It was an expensive Disney day, and probably the most expensive Disney day I will ever have in my life. I mean, I don't know if I could ever do that again. So if you haven't already, go watch that video. I worked really hard on it and invested a lot of time and money. A couple of other considerations you should take into account: spontaneity versus a scheduled itinerary. Having a scheduled itinerary may limit your ability to be spontaneous and explore the park at your own pace. This was a little tough for Krista just because it was her first time in Disneyland, and there were points where she definitely wanted to see something in the corner or maybe take some time to see a character, but unfortunately with our VIP tour guide, we were on a schedule, so we couldn't stop.
Bienvenidos al Emotional Puente. Para su seguridad, recuerden permanecer sentados con el cinturón bien abrochado y mantener manos.
Another one is personal preference. Not everyone may find value in a guided experience, as some visitors enjoy the thrill of planning and navigating the park independently.
We're gonna need a potty break and a water break after this, so like, oh god.
Listen, if you've been watching my channel for a while, you know me. I love my JoJo excursions. I love the Jeet and JoJo excursions. I love doing things on my own. This is something that I personally really appreciated, like knowing the hidden Mickeys or getting access into the dark rides quicker, which again, I will talk about in a little bit. But for some people, they just might be happy to be there. So if you do plan on investing in a VIP tour for your family, friends, definitely make sure everyone's on the same page, because if they're not, it might create some problems, and the last thing you want to do is have a fight during a very expensive VIP tour. You should be able to enjoy it to its maximum quality. Between the information I provided today and my actual video, I think you can get a pretty good idea about what you can expect from a VIP tour. There is one thing I have yet to talk about yet, and it's actually my experience. Obviously, I had a good time, but did I think it was worth it? That's kind of a complicated question, so let's go into some of the things I enjoyed and didn't enjoy. Actually, before I talk about if I thought it was worth it, we should ask someone else who was with me on that trip.
Like me.
How long were you in there?
I've been there since the morning.
Oh.
All day.
It's Jeet, everybody! Woo! Guys, this is his YouTube channel. Make sure you go subscribe to him as well, because he did pay for this. Like, again, I didn't pay for this thing all flat out by myself. Thank God I convinced/forced Jeet to pay as well.
Hey man, it is what it is, what friends do.
Hey man.
Help us to pay $5,000 tours.
Well, hey, what was your opinion about this tour? Did you enjoy it? Did you like it? Here, I'll break it down for you. 1, did you enjoy it?
Yes.
Why?
Jody was incredible. Bro, Jody's so much fun. Like, it felt like we weren't even like on a VIP tour. It felt like I was just with a friend who just happened to know how to get us onto every ride super quickly.
That's fair. Low-key, like, not because Jody looks old or anything, but Jody started feeling like my mom. Like, I was getting off the ride, excited to talk to him. Like, guess what happened? Guess what happened?
Yeah, I'm like, I can't believe what happened.
Yeah, it's like, yo, this guy lost because he lost at every game that day because he sucked, right?
To some extent, yeah, that was the point. Like, it was just fun telling her, like, what happened on the ride. I don't know, I just felt like giddy around her. I was like, Jody, you can't believe this.
It was really cool. Okay, so then number 2, what was your favorite part of the whole VIP tour?
The firework.
Yeah, I knew you were gonna say that. Yeah, the fireworks seating was insane.
Yeah, I love Disney fireworks.
Watch it all on Patreon.
And like being able to sit that close, being able to sit,
right?
In general,
being able to
incredible.
sit comfortably but still see everything and have nothing blocking your way.
Yeah.
No kids on their dad's shoulders, like no like standing there all uncomfortably. We were relaxing and chilling. Mind you, we were almost late to it, so by the time we got there, we were probably out of breath, so it was nice to sit down. And they were so nice. Like, literally, Caroline stopped running at some, was like, we're not gonna make it. Like, we literally, like, she gave up. Krista was about to give up, but G and I were hustling.
Luckily, we'd never give up.
And we got there. And we thought they were gonna get mad at us or something, but again, it's a VIP tour, and they want to make your time as memorable as possible. So they were so nice. They're like, you got here just in time, and it made me feel so much better. Honestly.
They recognize it. They're like, oh, we were looking for you.
Yeah, yeah.
I was like, oh, how nice, we're back.
Again, a nice little personal touch throughout this whole week. I just felt, or the weekend, whatever time period I was there for. They knew I was there. Yeah. They told me if I needed anything, text me. If you know, and then when we got there, they saw us. They were waiting for us for both the parade and the fireworks. It was really dope.
I mean, I don't know if I'm jumping the gun here, but I mean, it was worth the money. I don't know if that's like your next question.
That was my next question.
It was completely worth the money.
Okay.
I would do it. Well, I would. I think it's a good idea to go halfsies with someone.
Yeah.
Or like split it. If you split it with like however many people you can have in it, it's honestly not that
Well, I guess
crazy.
if you get 10 people. Okay, so how about this? For 7 hours, it's like 4,800, right? So like you could do 5 people and do like 1,000. Or you can do more. If you do a 7-hour tour and get 6 people plus and ask everyone to split it, that's under $1,000 each.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't be dumb like us and split it halvesies.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. You live and you learn.
Hey, you can support both of us by watching our next series together, which is China.
That's right. It's gonna be huge.
It's gonna be crazy, but that's a different story for another day. We're working on the visas right now. Any lasting parting words before you go back into my bathroom about the VIP tour that you want to tell anyone right now?
I would love to just tell you all that I love you all. As an audience, from my heart. I mean, your audience, they're just so kind and caring and smart and intelligent. It just really makes me wish I had something like that. And it's just so nice that you've built such a great community here.
Well, thank you, and thank you guys for that.
And you know, feel free to subscribe to me as well, you know. All right, man, I gotta
get back into my bathroom.
I gotta go.
All right. Wow, he's actually going into my...
Every day is a blessed day.
Yeah. The number one thing I enjoyed about this was the fact that we had expedited access to the lightning lanes and some backdoor entrances. I thought with a VIP tour in Disneyland, you'd be able to skip all the lines. But unfortunately, if there is a lightning lane present at the attraction, you will go through the lightning lane, which means there were times during our tour where we were waiting to get on a ride because there was a long line for lightning lane. Well, the line for lightning lane's a little long right now. Do you think...
Redirect our tour over to Webslinger.
I like it. We're staying on the mission.
I like it. She knows what's up.
I get it, but at the same time, if you're spending $5,000, I was expecting to walk on to every single ride. And unfortunately, that wasn't the case. However, if there was no lightning lane for that ride, which is a bunch of rides like that, you were able to go basically right up the back, which was nice.
We're here.
What's really cool is that when there's not a lightning lane available for the ride, you actually go through a back door. So for Luigi's, we just did that, and it saved a lot of time.
There's no one here.
No one here yet. Especially for Fantasyland, for completing my all rides challenge, those lines get really long. Like Peter Pan's Flight, it's always been at a 35 to 50 minute wait when I arrive. So being able to just walk up the back was really, really cool.
Caroline, are we riding together again? Yeah. Let's do a check-in. We're currently at Disneyland. It's a check-in. You can just make a thumbnail of your thoughts. Okay, ready? Wait, lighting this way. You know, it's just, we made a thumbnail.
Outside of being able to skip the lines for most rides and go through Lightning Lane, I think another cool thing was just the camaraderie, I guess. Going from ride to ride, talking to the VIP tour, getting guided by her showing us all these little hidden Mickeys and secrets around the park while hanging out with my friends. Like, that was like awesome. If you ask Jeet, Caroline, or Krista, I think they would agree with me on this. The VIP viewing for the nighttime spectacular fireworks show, especially because it was like Halloween, was just absolutely amazing. We had perfect seats. I don't think I've ever had a better viewing for Disney fireworks in general. I'm talking Walt Disney World, Disneyland, like we just had seats and we're so comfortable and got to see everything perfectly. The VIP viewing for fireworks in Disneyland, better than Walt Disney World's, I'll tell you right now. I've been there and stuff, but I have to say it's just definitely made the trip worth it. Definitely one of the highlights. The VIP viewing area for the parade as well was really awesome, which by the way, we were able to pick if we wanted to go to the earlier time or the later time. We ended up going to the later time due to the fact that we were doing our challenge and we couldn't stay the whole time because we had to move and groove. But that was really cool. The VIP viewings definitely added a sense of value to our trip. Swinging back around to the personalization of the VIP tour, I was actually afraid to mention to the person I was talking to on the phone who was setting up the tour for me about wanting to do all the rides. I kind of got more confidence as I was talking to her because I started feeling more accepted and like, yeah, you're paying for this, you're coming, we want to make your experience as best as possible. So by the time I got around to this, like, yo, like I really want to do all the rides, and I told her exactly what I wanted to happen, and they tried to their best to give me someone who isn't afraid of being on camera, knows how to move and groove and get around the parks quick. Like Jody knew what she was getting into, which was really awesome. So I felt comfortable, she was comfortable, everyone was comfortable. Again, I'm pretty sure it shows through the video, but it was a really good time and I felt taken care of. I know I keep going back and back to that, but it's true. Especially these days in theme parks and all these different VIP experiences where they promise something and it's not like meeting that certain level. I felt taken care of. At the end of the day, for me, this VIP experience was worth it. I came in wanting something and I got what I wanted. Is it worth the price? I would say it's 100% worth the price if you get expedited access into every ride, but now with the fact that you can't go on every ride backdoored and only Lightning Lane for some of them, that kind of draws back a little bit, but overall, I think it's worth the price. But like I said, it's a high price. So like, I wouldn't break the bank for it like I did. If you have the money, spend it. Or if you don't have the money, maybe take $3,000 of that and put that into a longer time at Disneyland compared to trying to shove it all in one day. Or go on a cruise. Or take the $4,800, $5,000 and go on a 3-day Disney cruise. I mean, I think there's better things to use $4,000+ on, but if you're set on doing the VIP tour guide, your needs will be met. It's pretty awesome getting off a ride and having a VIP tour guide come up to you and give you popcorn and a water. And there were some really magical moments that I can't talk about on camera that just happened throughout my day, which really made it that much more special. And that's the thing, the VIP tour guides, they're gonna try their best to make your day special. They know that you're spending a lot of money. They know they're in Disney. They know who they are as a company. So they're gonna try their best. It was worth it for me. It's a lot of money. Don't break the bank. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you go ahead, like, subscribe, share, ring that bell. I would love to do more of these kind of things. So let me know down below if you would want to do a VIP tour guide and if you would pay for one. Every day is a blessed day to be alive, and I will see you in the next one, guys. Peace. Back in Disneyland. Oh, you're vlogging. Hey.
Hey.